Synergy. Welcome to Synergy. Live with Synergy. Live with Synergy. This is your host, Andrea John Baptiste. Welcome to Synergy, where music, business, and culture synchronize.
Greetings, friends, family, collaborators, audience, synchronizers, advertisers. We greet you. Welcome to another edition of Synergy, where music, business, and culture synchronize. This is Andrea John Baptiste, and we're with you for the next 45 minutes or so on your favorite drive time radio show, Synergy, where music, business, and culture synchronize on WDJY-FM 99.1 Atlanta. And greetings to all of you all over the world that's listening to us online. Greetings to all of you that are tuned in to the FM dial. And greetings to all of you who are going to tune in to Live with Synergy after this recording for our podcast. We thank you for tuning in once again. And today, we've got a huge show for you. We're talking about out of Africa, the origins of Africa, right? So we're starting off today's show. We have a two-part with two major events that happen here in South Florida. And Atlanta, we're giving you ample notice. This is our second go-around for this particular event, the Rhythms of Africa. And we are going to tell you a little bit more about Taste the Islands experience. And so what are you talking about, Andrew, when you say out of Africa? You just said Africa for one and islands for the other. Well, where we all come from? It's about the diaspora today, what is going on. And we're going to kick it off with Rhythms of Africa with our first guest, Willie Stewart. You all know Willie Stewart as a mega musician, artist known for as being the drummer percussionist with Third World Band. And so you also know that he's a music facilitator because you tuned in to one of our programs a couple months ago when we talked a lot with Willie about his expertise and what he's done. And today, he's here to share with you a major event that's coming up at the end of this month that you don't want to miss. Big things are going on here in South Florida. Big things are going on with Rhythms of Africa. Willie, welcome once again to Synergy. We thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Andrea. It's a pleasure being on the show. Greetings to all, give thanks to all the listeners and sponsors and all the team that helped make it up, wishing you all the best for the 2020 vision of the new year. And, as you say, culture is so important.
We give thanks. So, Willie, tell us, because, tell us about the Embrace Foundation, which is your organization, your nonprofit.
Embrace is a 501c nonprofit, and in a nutshell, our mission is really to keep music in schools and to edify it in many ways, to build communities and kind of give our young kids a chance to play music and get out of trouble in a simpler way, and even for once in their life to see what it is to play as a team, to be disciplined, to be able to find themselves within that music and learn culture at the same time and be able to play with professional musicians in such a way where they never forget it. All the students that we did, this is our 8th Rhythms of Africa, all of the students, some of them 8 years ago are now married with kids, and they still write on Facebook, through Rhythms of Africa to say, how was that group? Were they better than us? Can we do it again? Can we do it again? So it's someone who says the best thing ever happened to their lives, and it's exciting because we promote them as come and see, John, Mary, or whatever their name is, play percussions, and we put them on Facebook and we get them promoted, so they feel like a star, and at the same time they get to play with professional musicians, see how the crowd react to them. Is a lifetime, is an experience that you'll never forget for a lifetime. So from the children aspect, it is fabulous. They get all that. They get 50 hours of community hours. They get a free Rhythms of Africa T-shirt. They get to meet all the musicians, and they get to show off to their peers. Their parents are proud. I keep on telling them that when you do the performance, that's the time you ask for your parents for something. Maybe you want a car. Maybe you want to go on a vacation to Europe. Maybe you want a house. I said, no, they're so proud of you. They will look at the what you're asking for. They're so proud. That's the time you ask.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Willie, you're teaching them some musical skills, but also some negotiation and leveraging
yes, man,
skills
of course.
as well.
You have to learn to have, because when you see the parents come out and it says, I never expect this. Wow, they're shouting, they're screaming, and they can't believe it. So I thought it was just some little drum thing or something. This is international quality. Nobody can believe when they come and see the whole thing, because it's all planned out. Each section, the kids don't know what it really look like. They're doing it and they're training, they're enjoying it, but they really don't know. Is when they go to the dress rehearsal and they say, wow. And when the show the next day is, it's a whole different set of individuals.
Wow. And so, Willie, with that, you are teaching these children who may or may not have some musical experiences. Did you say for 50 hours prior to the show?
No, yes. Well, it ends up to be about that, because with them and the show and going through, so they get 50 hours of community hours. So we do at least 35 hours of training. And then the other part, the other two, is between the dress rehearsal, the show time, and other times the choreography.
Mm-hmm.
So all that adds up to about 50 hours, and so it's hard to get community hours. And it's an excellent way of getting it, because you know how much jobs you have to work and things you do to get it. But with this, it's just one shot in 3.5 months.
Mm-hmm. And so what age groups are these students?
Well, these age group of students between the age of 14 to 17, maybe 18 maximum. Like high school level entry up. So it's a mixture between the seniors and the, I would say 11th, 10th, and 12th grade.
Nice. And do they all come from one school?
Well, yes, because I train each school at a time. But on top of that, we have a set of students from Somerset High School that we taught 3.5 years ago. They became, on the last show, they became junior section leaders, and now they're senior section leaders. So they also joined, because at the same time, I want to give them, who has been very, very serious, a chance to lead. So they have a chance of joining those new kids and, being with them and being in charge of certain sections of the different orchestra of the percussion. And they love it because they're excellent.
Awesome.
They're excellent.
Wow, that is so interesting, and that is good news. And so how old is the Embrace Foundation, Willie?
The Embrace Foundation is 11 years to date.
Big thing. So with the Rhythms of Africa, first of all, tell us, when is the staging of Rhythms of Africa? Give us the nuts and bolts of it: date, time, location, how to get tickets, and all of that.
All right. Well, it's going to be Saturday, February 29th, 2020, at the let me go again. It's going to be at the Charles F. Dodge City Center, which is in the heart of Pembroke Pines, 601 City Center Way, Pembroke Pines, Florida, 33025. The date is Saturday, February 29th, 2020. Showtime 7 p.m. Tickets going to be $15, and you can get tickets at www.ticketmaster.com or call in 1-800-653-8000. And the tickets are $15. Now, listen, this show costs at least $45. So we have, first of all, we're celebrating. And you can say, oh, celebrating what? One, this is our 8th year of success. So we're celebrating that. And then we're celebrating Black History Month. Black History Month, which we're in, of course. And we're also, we've been endorsed by the Jamaican government for Reggae Month officially. So because this is more of, because there's going to be a section in it where we start with, Africa going into Brazil, all over New Orleans, hitting Cuba, and Puerto Rico, and then we head to Jamaica. It's going to be a part 1 and a part 2 show. And in part 2, we're bringing in artists from Jamaica, Richie Stephens. And if you know, Richie Stephens just did a big, big tour of Asia. Unbelievable. He tore it up, man. And when Miss World, our great Miss World, Tony, came in and won, he just arrived enough to go and serenade her with his new song. And we have Itana, who's on tour, just did Australia, mash it up, doing a U.S. tour on her Strong, Woman tour, which is excellent. Pluto, who is celebrating 50 years, he'll be on the show. And then we also have Wayne Allman from Chalice. So our reggae section that we're doing will be definitely, without a shadow of doubt, the most endorsed event for Reggae Month. And showing, because in that section, I've sponsored that section is by Jamaica Tourist Board. So that's going to be the most authentic show for Florida. No doubt, hands down. When you come, it's unbelievable. So we have that celebrating. So, and for $15, we'll make it, because the place is out of this world, Andrea. It's called the Charles F. Dodd Center. A lot of people don't know it. It cost $8 million. It was built 2 years ago in the heart of Pembroke Pines, central. Come off I-75, you're right there. But when you're there, it's like in Las Vegas. Seats come down, state of the art, lights and sound. Yeah. You swear blind. It's the biggest venue right now in Florida for that type. Not talking about the big, the big arenas and things like that. But for inside, there's no city that have that, and the type of equipment. Oh man, it's unbelievable. So I think it's a joy. The place, the time is right. The price is right, because we want to bring family. We want to bring everybody to come and enjoy themselves in a place where they can do what they have to do and feel welcome and celebrate our rich culture. But we're showing that from Africa, because I'm talking a story that where it comes from the point of view of I'm looking and saying, well, all this is, but we are the Diaspora, and this is our rich music. We play Spanish music in it, we play Haitian music, we play everybody, Trinidad, right through. And the drums predict that. So you're getting like 2 shows of children, people can't believe it. So this is a win-win situation. So I'm asking people to get their tickets now, because before it sell out. Because at that, people are, I took some tickets to give out, and everybody wants. And it is going to be the best venue, the best music, and the best show for this year. Because the amount of, remember, these are only I call some of the artists as guest artists, but we have a whole host of award-winning musicians and dancers that go, a Spanish horn section mixed with Caribbean, master guitar players, pan, you name it. It's going to be something we want to have the people dancing, and showmanship all the way.
Wow. My mind is blown, because I haven't been to one recently, but I have been to one of the earlier ones, and it was so dynamic then, and I can only imagine in terms of the growth. I've had a chance to see some of the videos of the later productions, and really they are amazing. And so you just said to Synchronizers, I want you to listen to this, because he just said you're getting 2 shows in one. And not only are you getting 2 shows in one, you're getting 2 dynamic shows in one for only $15. And one of the things Willie did not mention about the Charles F. Dodd Center is there's plenty of parking, and it's free. So bring your family, get your $15 ticket, and listen, you are getting extremely positive vibes and production from the students. But did you hear the names of the artists that he is looking, that it will be incorporated? Richie Stephens, right? Itana, who was Grammy nominated in 2019, I believe, 2020, not this past award cycle, but before. Pluto Shervington, a well-known stalwart in the business for over 50 years, to name a few. And so you can't get a ticket to see these 3 on a lineup for $15, much less these 3 plus award-winning
Yeah, and Wayne Harmon too on
artist.
top of that. And Wayne Harmon on top of that too. So
Wayne
he
Harmon,
he
yes.
just joins us with it. So in the section you're going to see the true history of our music. It's going to be at least, that section is 45 minutes. The show going to be about
Wow.
2.5 hours, maybe 3. You know, with a break in the middle. So you're going to see it's going to be something for everybody, for the children from 2 right up, and for the adults, and for the older generation. It's going to be great. Little for everybody is going to be there. But a journey of music that people are going to love. I'm very happy about this one because it's like it is in the right time, because everything is in February. With so much to celebrate, you know. Valentine's is there. Leap year is here, 29th. So we're going to combine everything. This is going to be the big highlight. This is going to be Renews Africa, because it's talking the journey, and it ties up. The show represents the whole of that. So I'm proud, and I'm so happy the Jamaican government endorsed our event. I think we might be the only one of the only endorsed events, maybe or maybe not. But for for Florida, everything the other endorsements is in. You get listed, but you get endorsed. You have to write them, and they check you out. They make sure that, because we don't want to represent you, and they have given us the endorsement. So I'm very proud of that for Florida.
That is
we
a
were talking about Reggae Month
like
before.
you said.
We were talking about Reggae Month before, because they have a new app. By the way, you can go on and get the app, the Reggae app, Reggae Month app. And you can go and get it, and you can see all the things that's happening in Jamaica and everywhere, and it shows you around the world everything happening.
Fantastic. Isn't that fantastic what they're doing with Reggae Month this year? I'm so impressed and excited to be part of it, both in Jamaica as well as here. I'm feeling very blessed. So, Synchronizers, you are tuned in to Synergy with Andrea John Baptiste, where music, business, and culture synchronize. And we're on the phone, or on the show rather, today with Willie Stewart of the Embrace Foundation, founder and director and leader of Rhythms of Africa, which will be on Saturday, February 29th, 2020, right here in South Florida at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $15, and you can get them at Ticketmaster or by calling 800-653-8000, and it will be at the Charles F. Dodge Center. Performances will be by the students of the Embrace Foundation, as well as some stalwarts, Wayne Allman, Pluto Shervington, Itana, Richie Stevens, and of course, our guest, Willie Stewart. Willie, before we go, let me ask you, so you've been doing this is your 8th staging, and every year, from everything that I can see and definitely hear, it is growing and it is getting better. Are there any challenges to putting together something like this? And how can our community help?
Believe me, there's a lot of challenges. Believe me, because remember, we're doing a new area, Pembroke Pines, Miramar. I give thanks to all our Miramar, who have supported me, because they did a lot over the years, because we did 3 there over the 7 years at least, and all of them was full and fantastic. But sometimes I live in Pembroke Pines, so sometimes you can't keep on planting in the same area, you know what I mean? You sometimes have to go and come back. And so coming here is new ground we're breaking. And even though I live here, this is the first time the Caribbean of this nature has hit that such a venue like that, and it's the first time the city, which is history, ever partner with such an event like this. The mayor was so knocked out when we played last year, January, at West Broward High School, which is behind me. He said, listen, I want to bring it to the main city, to the heart of the city. And I said, yes. I didn't know if he was really serious, and he was. And he stuck right there. So it's a very exciting time, So we also feel that a clientele is going to come in, because they're promoted in their schools. They have 6,000 parents. So it's all the 6 schools, because their children has been performing. That's been there. They put up for the first time, billboards are all over the roads, 4x4 billboards, which is very unusual. So, so we're going, and I'm doing our major advertising, radio, TV is coming in, there's going to be top shows that we'll be on. So we want to get it out that we want to celebrate. Too much, and you listen to CNN, you listen to stuff, too much down, you know what I mean? We want to just say, boy, let us have a time when we just focus on our heritage, focus of where we come from, and in unity with everybody. Everybody come and enjoy and sample something that is bigger than just everyday stuff. You know what I mean? Musicians, because that's why I pick the musicians, because the musicians of the heart, when they play, you feel it. You laugh, you sit down, you feel good, you leave probably talking about the concert for the next 3 weeks. You're on a musical high. And so each musician want to bring that story to, especially the students being there, so they see that example. The musicians inspire the kids inspire the musicians, and the people get the best of both worlds.
Wow, that
so
it
is a musical journey without leaving your seat. You're traveling everywhere, and before you know it, you get it, you feel it. There's a backdrop to your mind, you're seeing it, you're dancing, and you're saying, "Whoa!" And all you say is, "When it's done, so quick." But after 3.5 hours, people still stay at this concert. It's unbelievable. And I say, "You're not done yet. You're not tired." No, they want more.
Rhythms of Africa. You heard it here first, Atlanta. I hope you did. With Willie Stewart, founder of Embrace Foundation, as well as the leader and organizer of this fantastic event. It is not too late for you to book your flight or for you to rent your car to come on down in about 2 weeks for Rhythms of Africa, Atlanta. So please be sure to grab your tickets right now, at Ticketmaster, because you know what's going to happen. The thing are going to sell off.
Hey, listen to me, Andrea. Also, I'm glad you said that, because those in Atlanta, take the drive down, man. Come down Friday. You come to show Saturday. You leave Sunday. Take time. You'll drive with energy back up. Jamaica, take a little flight. Come over, man. It's not far. You just come over and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the part of musical history. One, and a concert that is like no other. You have not seen anything like this. This is going to be different. You're going to get joke. You're going to get a narration while we're doing it. There's narrators that do it. I mean, it's a product. People compare it to Broadway. You know what I mean? They say, boy, but it's not as, what can I say? It is more free form in the sense that the music is so pure, and you're seeing a journey and feeling it, but it's touching your soul. It's touching your spirit. It's touching your heart. It's musicians that love what them do, and you feel that joy. And when you see the kids, your heart saying, "Wow, this is unbelievable!" Because can they do this in 3 months and they're not musicians? Some of them, So and everybody doing it in harmony together, and the audience feels it.
Atlanta, be here or be square for sure. Saturday, February 29th, 2020, 7 p.m. at the Charles F. Dodge Center. Get your tickets on Ticketmaster or by calling 800-653-8000. Willie, it is funny how time flies when we're having fun, but we're going to go ahead and take a word from one of our sponsors, and it was so wonderful having you on Synergy, where music, business, and culture synchronize.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all of God's blessing and everything. Thank you so much.
Enjoy the island life at the 2020 Taste the Islands Experience, a 2-day Caribbean food and drink festival, Mother's Day weekend in Pembroke Pines. Saturday's main event is food inclusive with gourmet bites, celebrity chef and mixology demos, and island entertainment. Sunday, enjoy Mother's Day brunch on the sunny side with Caribbean buffet, mimosa bar, and couture fashion show. The 2020 Taste the Islands Experience, May 9th and 10th at the Charles Dodge Center in Pembroke Pines. Learn more at ttiexperience.com.
Welcome back, Synchronizers, for the second half of our show today, as we are looking at origins of Africa. Yeah, so we just talked to Willie Stewart of Rhythms of Africa Embrace Foundation, and yes, we've got some more origins of Africa, but now we are even drilling it down to the Caribbean, right? Yeah, I said it like that. Caribbean, because that's what they did. They took us beyond. They carried us beyond the horizon, and that's how we came up with the name. And so with no further ado, I want to introduce you all to a beautiful spirit, great brain, exceptional talent, Calibe Thompson of Taste the Islands Experience. Calibe, greetings, and welcome to Synergy.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to hear my voice cracking already. But thank you so much. I'm excited. I think it's my first time or second time on your show. First time in recent years.
Yes. Thank you. And yes, you were on our previous show that was here in South Florida on the JB Bizline a couple years ago.
Yes, a long time ago.
Long
Way
time
back.
ago. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
It's so good to have you.
Likewise.
Calibe, I know that you. Good, thank you. I know that you're a head cook and bottle washer for Taste the Islands Experience. So we're going to drill down into, the history. Tell us about it. I know David, your partner, was on the show last year, and we had a chance to actually attend the event for the first time, and it was fabulous. So bring the people them up to speed and tell us what it is, how it goes on, and how long Taste the Islands Experience has been occurring.
Well, okay, so it all started back in the day. We actually started with a television show, and David probably shared that, but I'm also the executive producer of a TV series called Taste the Islands. In 2015, I became the first Jamaican person, not Jamaican woman, but the first Jamaican person to executive produce a national television series that aired on public television, so PBS, Create TV, etc. And, we had people as a result of the TV show calling in from all over the country, to find out about the chef who is the host, the main host of that show, Chef Irie, to find out if he had a restaurant or if there was somewhere they could try all of this great Caribbean food that we were promoting on the TV show, which was focused around Caribbean food and travel. And there was no answer for them. Irie is a caterer and a personal chef more so than a restaurateur. So we kind of started thinking, how can we actually create an experience so that people can taste the islands the way that we invite them to taste the islands on the TV show. And that's when I kind of joined forces with David. He is as fearless as I am, if not worse, or better. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. But I reached out to him and said, I want to do this thing where we actually charge people and give them an elevated experience and allow them to taste all of the wonderful flavors of the region that we grew up in. Would you jump on board with me? And he did, and that was our first Taste the Islands experience in 2017. Which was an indoor event in the Miramar area of Broward County. Since then, we moved up to downtown Fort Lauderdale, so we were on the riverfront at the Historical Society for the last 2 years, outdoor at a lovely venue that felt very tropical. It is, isn't it? Old wooden buildings and a lovely lawn area, literally directly on the riverside. And inclement weather, being right at the start of the rainy season, the inclement weather, the insects and animals and whatever you have to deal with outdoors, those wild cards, although they never ultimately damaged the event in any way, just the threat of them has encouraged us now to move indoor. So, and we wanted to elevate the experience even more, right? So you had a number of South Florida restaurants and caterers and mixologists, and then we also have islands that come up and bring their chefs and mixologists as well. We had cultural elements where we had girls from Carnival, and we had our culinary museum, and we had our steel drum players and even live performers and music, as well as the DJs and what have you. So there was a little bit of something for everybody. Last year we brought in a rum sommelier to do a presentation about how rum is made and how you get the different flavors and colors and what have you. And we really try and make it, not just food and drink, and entertainment, but something that you kind of learn as well as you enjoy, just like we do on the television show. That's a long-winded explanation.
Wow, That is
But that's what it's all about, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, excuse me, folks see you guys on PBS. I know I have, and probably don't even make the connection. So I'm happy that you brought us back to where it actually started, because folks I know are tuned in to the show. So now this is going into what? So 2017 was the first year, so this is going to be your fourth staging.
Correct. We are very excited. Next year is year 5, and we're already conceptualizing how we're going to make it super fabulous so that all of the people that are coming, including your listeners in Atlanta, who are putting it on their calendar for Mother's Day weekend for next year from now, and hopefully they'll join us this year for the precursor. But yeah, we're excited to be going into our 4th year, and how it's going to come together in this new venue.
I'm excited too to see. So tell me, what islands will be featured this year?
Okay, so I cannot 100% confirm everybody yet because we're still in negotiations, but if it's a repeat of last year, which we're expecting, we will have at minimum Jamaica, Barbados. Jamaica and Barbados have been with us from the very beginning, from year 1. The U.S. Virgin Islands and Bahamas came on with us last year, and we expect that they'll be on with us this year again. And we are reaching out to some of the other islands. I'm not sure yet which of them will be on with us, so I don't want to say anything, but we're hoping to have 5 to 6 islands with us this year rather than just 4. We love our sports we already have. Yes, and I'm also excited to say, since we've just spoken about the television show, we've also pitched them on participating in a Taste the Island Season 3. That is still in negotiation as well, but if it's coming together, we definitely want to make sure that we have set foot on the island. And for those of you who have seen the show, which is on a hiatus right now, so you may not see it again until next year, but, for those of you who have seen Season 2, we went into Barbados. We were able to go and eat with both the little vegan Rasta man in a little shack, on the roadside, cooking his veggie chunks and tofu, as well as the Cliff restaurant, where one little plate of, lettuce and arugula is $300. But we were able to experience the whole gamut. We did the the people who were relevant were eating the pudding and sauce, which is the pig feet. I don't eat the pork and stuff, but we did that. We did the fruits on the side of the road. We did the fish freshly caught from the water, like steps away from where the guy was preparing the food. We did oystins, which was their fish fry, like how we used to have a Faith's Pin or something like that. That standout place that is that nostalgic place that tourists want to visit and locals want to visit and so forth. And so I'm looking forward to getting into those kinds of experiences with the show, not just being in the kitchen and learning how to make traditional Caribbean food, which you can also do with our newly published Taste the Islands cookbook with the University Press of Florida. I'm just plugging everything one time. But yes, we just got our first, traditionally published book, so that's going to be available at Barnes & Nobles and Amazon and everywhere all over the country. But the whole mission with all of what we're doing, as a bottom line, is that we want people to start to embrace and understand Caribbean culture, and we're doing that through food, universal languages, food and music, and we're going at it from the food angle.
Absolutely. Is there anything in particular, does this year have a theme? Is there any particular, I know you just talked about embracing the culture, but that you want people to learn if they are going through the various islands? Is there any particular message that you want them to walk away with?
I think it's the continuous universal message for me is that as different as we are, we come together to break bread. So there's not like I don't have a theme this year, and maybe we should look into that for next year. But the message is always that, like, we invite you to break bread with us. We invite you to commune with us. We invite you to learn about our cultures and our people and understand that as unique as we all are, we're kind of all the same also. And let us celebrate our uniqueness and our differences. It's something to be celebrated, not to be, not to persecute each other about.
Unity through food. And let me tell you, Atlanta, and for those of you that are online listening, book your flights. It's Mother's Day weekend. Bring mama. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is so well worth it. And as she talks about breaking bread, you're going to break some good bread. I mean, all of the food that I was able to sample, and much like it sounds like Calibe, I have a particular dietary choice. I don't eat certain things, definitely. I don't eat meat. And there was ample food for us to sample, rhyming, ample food for us to sample and to engage with, ample drinks for us to explore, ample little dipping sauces, and, I mean, just walked away with a full belly and truly enjoyed all of the tastings. There was nothing that we did not enjoy that we were able to sample. And like I said, for folks that have a strict dietary whatever, there was more than enough for us to explore and to engage and to break bread with others. We're on today with Calibe Thompson of Taste the Islands Experience, talking about what will be another fantastic staging of the Taste the Islands Experience Mother's Day weekend. Calibe, you were weighing in on something.
Yes, I was going to say I liked how you talk about what you can enjoy there, because it's actually a 2-day weekend, and I want people to be very clear on that. It's 2 days, and they're two distinct experiences, right? So on the Saturday evening, we don't encourage you to bring children, and we're not discounting any tickets for that very reason, because there is alcohol around, and you can sample alcohol if you so desire. There are regular drinks as well. But it's meant to be a more adult kind of vibe. We still don't encourage the playing of any kind of lewd music or anything like that. It's still a PG environment, but we want it to be comfortable for people to enjoy camaraderie with each other. But we're also looking at 20 restaurants this year. I think last year we had maybe 14, and some of them were spices and stuff like that. This year we want everybody to walk away with a full belly. And as you said, whether you are a vegetarian, whether you're a pescatarian, whether you love meat or you love pork, or whatever it is, we want to make sure that we have food and desserts and drink samples. You will have to buy your regular drinks. We were doing it as all-inclusive before, and some people were saying they aren't big drinkers and they don't want to pay the extra or whatever. So we've actually dialed the price back down. You can get your tickets now for $60 on the day of the event, or a week or two before. It's going to go up to $79, so get it early. But you can basically eat your way around the Caribbean, kind of, because last year when you were there, we had Bahamian food and Haitian food and Jamaican food and Dominican food and, Barbadian and U.S. Virgin Islands. I don't want to forget anybody, but, we had the gamut of Caribbean flavors there. And so that was a Saturday experience. That's what you can expect again with 20 different restaurant participants. And what I'm excited as well is that we've gone now just beyond we've gone beyond the authentically Caribbean, and we're now opening it up to, hopefully have a few restaurants that are not necessarily Caribbean, because we as Caribbean people love every other kind. We eat Italian food and Chinese food and all that kind of stuff. But if they're participating, we want them to put a Caribbean spin on whatever it is whatever it is that they're serving to the audience, so that you're experiencing other fine restaurants that are, available to you in the Pines or South Florida area, the Broward area. But we're maintaining that authentic Caribbean spin to the experience of the event. So that's our Saturday event. And then Sunday I'm super excited about, because we've now moved it to Mother's Day weekend, where there was no Caribbean brunch happening in South Florida as far as we know. There's brunches all over the place, of course, but that one with the steel drum, if you're Jamaican and never went to Terra Nova on Mother's Day weekend or Mother's Day itself, you get that steel drum experience. You have the live performer. We went an even extra mile and we're doing a fashion show. So we have Tanya Marie with her fabulous fashions and Garçon Couture with their bespoke men's fashions. Tanya Marie's doing a multi-generational thing, so she'll have grandmas and mommies and kids walking together on her runway. It's the Sunday is family friendly. Saturday, we're not going to tell you can't bring your children. We're not encouraging it, though. But it really is two different experiences. The Sunday, of course, is a brunch buffet with mimosas. Last year, the mixologist, Philip Casanova Antoine from Barbados, partnered with our champagne sponsor, Corbel, and did some exceptional mimosas with edible flowers in them. And, the mimosa had rum and champagne and whatever other magical ingredients that he put in there that everybody was just knocking them back. But, it felt special. When people come to our events, there's that spirit of camaraderie. People are actually interacting. It feels like they're networking, or I don't want to call it networking, but it feels like you're reconnecting with old friends, old and new friends.
Yes, it feels like a big family reunion function, like you would go to. Seriously, I mean, you go and you see people all over the place and you recognize some faces and you hug up everybody and you kiss up everybody and you have a drink and you don't worry about, just some very, very, very nice vibes. That was my experience for the Saturday evening. And unfortunately, we had a scheduling conflict for the Sunday, but I got to tell you that the feedback that we got from your patrons and guests makes me, when I found out the date, I'm not going to lie, Calibe, we put it on the calendar right away because I didn't want to miss this year's staging, particularly of the brunch, because the feedback was so fantastic. Everyone that I saw, in the week or so afterwards said, "Oh, you didn't come to the brunch? What happened? Oh my God, girls!" And they did. They spoke very much about the mimosas. Yes. The drink.
I'm so glad because we started confession. We started a little bit late because of some technical issues, but that's why I'm excited about this new venue as well. The parking goes for miles. It's an indoor venue, so we don't have to worry about the heat. And when we put on our clothes and our makeup and our hair, we want to look spectacular and maintain it without the heat and the humidity messing with anything. Of course, we've always had our glam studio there as well, so if you needed touch-ups, you can get that complimentary from Rory Lee Cosmetics and whoever's doing our hair, our hair studio for the ladies this time. If you need a little relaxation, Ghost and Spine is usually there offering complimentary massages. But being inside of this indoor venue, it's a beautiful, newly built, I'm going to say within the last 2 years, venue right in the heart of Pembroke Pines. If you come into South, I won't get into that. It's at Pines and Palm if you know anyone or have been to South Florida. So really centrally located, beautifully appointed venue. We just signed on with this decorator that does, sandals, weddings, and all this kind of stuff. So look and feel and experience is important to me as well. I want people to come in and feel like they're in a tropical paradise while you're eating your delicious tropical food, while you're drinking your delicious tropical mimosas, while you're looking at the beautiful people in the beautiful attire with their beautifully done hair. I know I'm carrying on, but that's the experience I want you to have and come away with after you've come to this event.
And that is the experience that I had, and you just took me away. My eyes closed for a moment, and I was thinking, wait, where's my mimosa? I need a drink, y'all. I need a drink.
Let's do it again this year. I'm really excited. May 9th and 10th. Absolutely excited, yeah.
So are we. And we are on Synergy today talking about the fabulous Taste the Islands experience. It's an annual event moving into its fourth staging, May 9th and 10th, here in South Florida in the beautiful city of Pembroke Pines. We're on with, as I like to call her, the head cook and bottle washer, Calibe Thompson.
Head dread is my official title.
I love it. it. Head dread who works the sexy man. Okay, Synergy, you'll have to tune in for the sexy man story another time. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Calibe, you put together this fantastic event, and it continues to grow, and it definitely has a high-end feel and just but it has a high-end feel, but it's not stush. It's not one of them something there where you don't want to get involved. You want to get involved when you're there. It is high-end, but it's not cold, I should say. Because stush maybe it is, but it's not cold. It's a very warm, pleasant feeling of camaraderie, like you said. So, we talked about all of the successes, but for those that are listening who maybe are looking at putting on similar events, are there any barriers or challenges to delivering such a dynamic product?
Money is always the issue. When you are a new project or organization, that's always going to be your issue. And if you've ever, listened to me and my origin story, which floats around on the internet in certain podcasts and circles, when I was starting the television show, I went to every major Caribbean brand and business that I could think of and asked them to help me to put, to find some money to put it together, and nobody would. And so I put my sneakers on. CarMax was about a mile from my house. I drove my Toyota Corolla 2007 over there, and I walked home with a $7,000 check and rode a bicycle for a few months after that until I could borrow a car, and ate pancakes from the box at Costco. You can get a big box of pancake mix for $5 and just put water in it. And that's what I lived on for the first few months, because I was determined I was going to put this show together. And, as time went on and as we got sign-ons from people like, American Public Television and what have you, that's when others, let me not say others, I'm going to specifically say the Jamaica Tourist Board, thank you to them. They were who allowed us to actually get on air with season 1, because I was financing everything out of pocket, and my pocket ain't that deep, right? But that's how we got on with season 1 of the television show. Season 2 was thanks to Grace Foods and Barbados and Lakai Food. And it is these early adopters, these companies and these countries and these partners who allow you to bring your vision to life. And when people come, sometimes we give people complimentary tickets, but we do it strategically because we want them to see where we are going and what they're missing out on if they're not participating. So if you are looking at doing an event, and one of the questions that you had prepped me with was how is what we're doing changing the cultural landscape? I've seen other events that have been catering to the masses, which I think is very important to have, but there are so many of them I don't think we need to reinvent that wheel, right? We wanted to do something different, and when my mother and her friends go out, they want a particular type of experience, and I wanted to create that for them. And what I've been seeing happening is that the other organizations that produce Caribbean events that might have been more mass market, appeal to a broader mass market, are now creating little niches inside of their own experiences that are elevated a little bit. And I think it's important to appeal to a cross-section of people, not just with a separate area where you give them some food and drink, but with a genuine, all-encompassing type of experience. So finding those financial resources, unfortunately, we've had the Fort Lauderdale Convention and Visitors Bureau with us. We've had Yellow Cab with us for the past few years. Some of your listeners may have seen Yellow Cab Karaoke last year. That was a great success as a campaign. We've had the Community Foundation of Broward, which is a nonprofit that supports cultural activities. And I want to encourage, if you're doing cultural events, reach out to those people. It's a little bit of work to write those grants, but if they believe in what you are doing, they can make or break your event. That nonprofit organization has been a great help to us, steering us onward, not just with this, but many of the cultural and artistic endeavors that we've been able to undertake and accomplish successfully in this past year. So, so finding that support is crucial.
Awesome. And it sounds like you've done a good job with that. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do again, because I know that you get up at least once a year and you beg people money and then give it to you. So now you have a global, international platform, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but go ahead and tell them what you're looking for, because you don't know what company may want to sponsor and partner with Taste the Islands Experience 2020. So do your plug, Calibe. Do your plug.
I'm gonna plug for 2020 and beyond. How about that? So any company that is looking to connect with a Caribbean-esque audience, and I say that I like to use the term Caribbean and Caribbean adjacent. Because the people that we appeal to are the ones who have a natural connection to the region, first, second, and third generation, as well as those who want to jump on a Royal Caribbean or, a Carnival cruise and go and experience the history and the culture and the food and the vibrancy and the carnivals and the colors and the music and the beats and the heartbeat of the Caribbean, the heartbeat of the world that exists in the Caribbean. And that's what we've been creating with our events. If that is what you would like to be aligned with, we have, amazing packages for you. Reach out to us. The website is ttiexperience.com. If you are a culinary vendor who wants to connect with both our local visitors there in Florida, as well as the visitors we'll have from Atlanta and elsewhere on the East Coast, or even Texas, we've had people visiting from, go ahead and reach out to us there on the website. Again, it's ttiexperience.com. If you want to email me directly, it's support@islandsyndicate.com. And my name is Calibe. Again, I'm the head dread at Blondie Ross Productions and the creative director at Island Syndicate. We have also recently started a nonprofit called Island Space that works towards supporting exceptional Caribbean art and music and performance and history and just education on all the wonderful cultural elements of what we have and present in the Caribbean. We are always looking for support and partnership, and we welcome you to that.
Woo! Plug it up. TasteTheIslandsExperience.com. Go there now. This is an instruction. And check out the packages.
Experience.
TTI Experience. I apologize. TTIExperience.com. Go check it out and link and sync and synchronize with Taste the Islands Experience. Calibe, it's funny how time flies when we're having fun. Mm-hmm. I know you have some specials and promos that are going on right around now. So will you share that with our audience so that they will definitely head over to TTI Experience and get those tickets? Take advantage.
So, absolutely. I'm going to encourage everyone for Valentine's Day. We typically do a promotion, and so we'll do a buy one, get one half off for Valentine's Day. So whether you're buying your single tickets or your weekend passes or what have you, this is going to apply, and it's based on the rack rate. So you're going to get a nice discount, but use the coupon code LOVETTIX2020. And when you get on, whether you go onto the website or you go onto Eventbrite to buy your tickets, everything is powered by Eventbrite, so it's all very safe. There's a coupon or promo code thing right at the top. You might miss it if you don't look very closely, but it's a blue link that says enter promo code. You're going to do LOVETTIX2020, and that's going to give you you get one, and the other one is going to be half off of the price. So get it right away. I don't know when we're going to have another flash sale like this. It's only for the 24 hours of Valentine's Day. But if you sign up for our mailing list and you miss this one, we may have one more before the event. But we definitely want you to come. We want you to get the best price and bring people with you. Bring enough people if you're Jamaican. If you're American, bring a lot of people.
Love it. Bring a lot of people. Love it. So tomorrow, y'all, okay, Valentine's Day special, Love TTIX 2020. Look for the coupon code box and get your tickets. Calibe Thompson with Taste the Island Experience, another fantastic staging scheduled for May 9th and 10th here in South Florida in Pembroke Pines. You certainly want to be a part of this exceptional food, music, positive vibes, cultural experience. Taste the Islands. TTIexperience.com. Did I get it right, Calibe?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much. Our hashtag is TTIX2020 as well.
Awesome. So we look forward to seeing you all there. Synchronizers, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Until next time, we will talk, and I will see you again on Synergy, or hear you again, where music, business, and culture synchronize. This is Andrea John Baptiste, and telling you stay safe and live in synergy.
That's our time. That's our chat. Now it's time to call it a wrap. Tune in next week at 5 for another episode of Synergy Live, where music, business, and culture synchronize. Until then, hit us up online at livewithsynergy.com. Synergy is a production of Black Iowa TV.